Hey everyone, so today we're going to be meeting with Guy from Wessex Marine and organiser of the Targa Rally, which is currently here in Yarmouth Harbour. So Guy, welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for taking the time to chat to us today.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here on this beautiful sunny day.
Please can you tell us a little bit more about Wessex Marine, who you are and what you do?
Okay, so Wessex Marine, we're a family business, been established for about 34 years now, I think. We're best known as being the sole UK dealer of the Targa boats range. Marix boats are also another range that we look after. And yeah, so we do everything from sales to servicing to aftercare. Yeah, keeps us busy for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So obviously we're here today at Yarmouth Harbour for the Targa Rally. Can you tell us a bit more about what is the Targa Rally?
So Targa Rally is something now in its third year. We had quite a lot of demand from owners to put together some sort of gathering where people can come together, exchange experiences and places where they've been by boats, look at other people's boats and so on. So yeah, so now in its third year, the wonderful help of you guys at Yarmouth Harbour, it's a perfect location for us to hold this. And yeah, it's something that all of our owners really enjoy, and we have people coming from all over the south coast, Channel Islands, and in some cases further afield for this weekend.
Oh wow, so that's amazing to hear that.
Yeah, so it's something that all of our owners really enjoy, and something that they look forward to each year. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So, is there a particular reason why you choose Yarmouth as opposed to other harbours?
So Yarmouth has always been one of our favourite places to come by boats. You guys are always super friendly, very accommodating. And also there are not many marinas where we could rock up with 30 odd boats in July and suddenly they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, come on in. So, I mean, obviously, yes, it's pre-booked a long way in advance,
yeah.
But the facilities here, the location, Yarmouth as a place everybody loves, so it's the obvious place to come and hold this rally each year.
And again, we've got such great weather again today. I feel like the last few videos we've done, we've had cracking weather, which really does as a good advertisement for us.
Well, I would say it's like this every day in Yarmouth, 365 days a year. That would be a lie, but it's certainly more sun over here than there is back on the mainland. So we stood in front of a brand new Targa 41 here, so do you guys want to come and take a look?
Absolutely.
Okay, so welcome aboard the Targa 41. As with all Targas, it's a walk-around format, so the moment you step on board the boat, superbly safe. Nice high handrails right the way around the boat. Obviously nice and easy to get on and off over the bathing platform through the stern gates here. This particular boat has got some additional comfortable seating in the aft cockpit as well. There are obviously covers to go over these seats for when it's raining. This particular boat also has got a electrically operated bimini that just slides out from underneath the roof here. That's something that is becoming for sure a lot more popular amongst our owners. More and more people wanting various different configurations of bimini. So this is the fanciest option, to have it on an electric slide. The 41 also is the first model in the Targa range to have opening side doors or gates in the deck, which then obviously means that you can easily get in and out over the side. So for those who are berth side on, that's really quite handy for additional ease of access. But all Targas have this gate in the top rail anyway, so again, you can still get in and out over the side. But again, like with all Targas, nice and safe, nice high handholds right the way down both side decks. So it's always nice and safe. And then when you get to the foredeck, the bigger Targas such as this will have a raised forward cabin moulding, which Targa call the Comfort 4 cabin, which gives you a bigger cabin space inside. What that does externally is it raises the cabin roof, so then you can have a sunbed cushion up here. Again, you can have a bimini out over here as well if you wish. On some of the smaller Targas, this area is then a dinette saloon area, so you've got U-shaped seating and you're sat around a table. But on most of the bigger ones, you've got a raised area and a sunbed. Nice and easy to get to your anchoring arrangements up here. Again, that's nice and safe, nice and easy to get to. Cleats likewise, chain anchor locker down in there. Now if we walk around this way, deck locker storage down in here, so that's just additional deck locker storage to the aft seating. Another side gate in there, of course. Engine access is just underneath us here, so whilst we're out here, this particular boat has got twin Volvo Penta D6 440 horsepowers on stern drives. You can get IPS if you wish, but with these engines you're looking at a top speed of around about 38 knots. So all Targas are a fast boat. We've got some Targas here at the rally this weekend that will do up to 48, 49 knots. So any Targa is a fast boat. They are of course best known for their seakeeping. So again, that's something that is a famous Targa feature, is how comfortable they are in a big sea. So, yes, that's sort of the outside deck space. Very comfortable, very safe. This 41 model comes standard with a Flybridge, so let's pop up there and take a look. Okay, so up here on the Flybridge. Flybridge is standard on all models of Targa except for the very smallest one, and that being said, you can specify any model of Targa without a Flybridge and you have a flat top roof, so some people prefer that configuration, which is fine. But this one has got a very comfortable Flybridge. So you've got L-shaped seating in here with a forward-facing bench. That will then fold forwards, and then you've got then U-shaped seating in here. There's a table, just slides out from there. This specific boat also has an additional option of a sunbed infill up here, so the table will then lower, infill cushion there, and then you've got a nice big area up here to use for lounging space. And obviously you've got all of your helm controls, driving controls up here as well. So underneath this blue cover, you've got everything you need to drive the boat up here. So for me, the Flybridge on a Targa is, especially on one of the bigger Targas, is twofold. One is it's a great place to drive the boat from on a sunny day, but equally it's also a really nice sort of lounge out cockpit space, because you've obviously got a nice view from up here, elevated position. It's somewhere, on a nice day, it's somewhere that we tend to find owners spend a lot of time.
I love how multifunctional that is. I had no idea you could be able to do so many things with that.
Yeah, well, Targa have been very clever on all of their models. They're very clever in how they make the most of the space. Yeah. So if there's something that they can do that will rotate round or fold away or anything like that, they'll do that to make the most of what space they've got available, yeah. Okay, so here we are inside, coming through the aft door here. You come into the main pilot house area, which is much the same on most models of Targa. Obviously, the bigger the model, the more space you have in here. The larger models, such as this 41, have a big galley over on the starboard side here. So obviously you've got sink, you've got hob underneath there. In this case gas, but you can have electric if you so wish. Fridge below there. This one's got a microwave, but again you could get a combi oven in there if you wanted to. There's space for a dishwasher below there if you wanted to as well. You can get a second fridge in there, so any combination of any of that you wish. You've got an extractor up there as well. So yeah, for those owners who do enjoy cooking on board, the bigger models of Targa do give you quite a lot more capacity for doing that. And then opposite that, on the port side, you have the main saloon seating space, which on the 41 is this big U-shaped saloon seating round this teak table. The teak table in this case will also lower, and that will make another berth across here. So that's handy for, if you've got an extended family or extra guests, gives you an extra overnight berth. And then you've got sort of either a double or a triple forward-facing seat on the port side here, opposite your helm seat, which in this case is a sprung seat, and then obviously that's right in front of your main helm area. All Targas have opening side doors. Some of the smaller ones don't have a rear door, but they all have opening side doors. And on the 41, they are particularly wide. So that's one of the new features on the 41, is these really wide doors. So it means that you've got really good access straight out onto deck. So if you're single-handing or short-handing, you can have your left hand on the throttle or the bow thruster wheel, for example, and then you can be tying up with your right hand. So the ease of access through the side of the boat is very, very easy. As with all Targas, you have a very flexible helm position. So on a lot of motorboats, they tend to either be tailored towards a standing driving position or a seated driving position, whereas Targa cater for both. So obviously in this position with the seat back, the footrest down and the helm forwards here, this obviously is a great standing helm position. You've got a great visibility right the way around the boat, pretty much 360-degree vision. But equally, when you are on a longer cruise, a longer trip, you don't necessarily want to be stood up for a long period of time. For those who want to sit on a longer cruise, footrest drops down there. Seat will go forwards or backwards if you so wish. Obviously I'm quite tall, so I'm perfectly happy with it back here. And then the whole helm station lowers, and then you've got everything immediately there ready to use. So again, on a lot of motorboats, you find yourself having to reach for the wheel if you're seated, or the throttles, whereas on a Targa, everything is immediately there, and this locks into 4, 5, 6 different positions, so there's always somewhere comfortable that anybody can get to on the helm. This particular boat, we've got twin plotter screens here, so navigation on every Targa is bespoke, so you choose what level of equipment you want, but everything's super practical, everything's easily labelled, and again, you've got fantastic view out forwards and around, and loads and loads of height. In particular, all Targas have great headroom, but in particular this 41, it's really very, very high. Me at 6'4", and I've still got lots of space above me, so it helps to give you that really large impression of space in here, yeah. Okay, so moving down to the forward cabin, this is on most of the bigger Targas. Owners would regard this as being the master. As I touched on outside, this is what Targa call a comfort forecabin. So this is standard on this 41, but an option on the bigger models. Raises up the roof, so it gives you a larger cabin space. That gives you the space to have a nice, generous island double berth down here. Nice and comfortable, loads and loads of storage on both sides. You've got a wardrobe in behind you there, drawers underneath the beds, storage, shelves, drawers on either side of the bed as well. Obviously opening vents and hatches up here. And then behind me is an ensuite toilet and shower room. So you've got a full walk-in shower, toilet, sink on the starboard side, and again, loads of headroom in there to have a shower. So yes, all of the bigger Targas, they have a similar forward cabin. There are some slight alterations in layout that you can choose if you so wish, but certainly on the 41, this is the most standardised layout. Okay, so here we are down in the aft cabin. So on the 41, that gives you a generous double berth on the port side and an additional single berth on the starboard side. And again, this is fairly similar in most of the bigger models of Targa, so there are some slightly different layouts from one to the next. But one of the new features on this 41 are the big hull windows on both sides, which give you this really nice view out at sort of sea level effectively. Obviously there are blinds to go over those as well. But that gives you a really nice, bright and airy feel to this aft cabin. Nice spacious aft cabin. Obviously, as with everything with Targa, loads of teak everywhere, and it's all real. Loads of storage. You've got big wardrobe in there, and then behind me to the port side is where your aft cabin ensuite or day heads is. So you've got obviously toilet in here, sink, mirror, and then in the aft cabin, toilet and shower, you've got a hand shower from the sink. Obviously your main stand-up shower behind the glass doors is in the forward cabin on this boat. So one of the great things about the accommodation on Targas is you've got effectively two self-contained areas. So you've got self-contained forward cabin area, self-contained aft cabin area. So for families or for guests, that works really well. And then obviously the main part of house area in the middle. So it's a very versatile format that a lot of our owners really enjoy.
So Guy, we've got one more question for you. What is your favourite place to visit whilst you're here in Yarmouth?
So many is the direct answer to that question. I would say for breakfast,
yeah,
it's got to be PO 41 or Off the Rails. Coffee in PO 41 is fantastic. Breakfast at Off the Rails is really good. Imaginative menu. Otherwise, we always enjoy going to the terrace. The team there and the service in the terrace is always fantastic. Lovely position as well on a sunny evening, looking out over the harbour is fantastic. Obviously the hut, we wouldn't be in Yarmouth if we couldn't mention the hut. That's quite a special experience. So that's somewhere also to enjoy. In terms of things to do, there's so many lovely things to do in Yarmouth. If you want to just chill out on a nice day, the walk up the River Yar and back, that's really nice, very peaceful. For those who want something a little bit more white knuckle, the open top bus ride up to the Needles, that's quite
white knuckle.
that's not for the faint-hearted, that one, but the views are absolutely amazing. Some lovely walking and stuff to do up there. But otherwise just relaxing around town. Yarmouth has this like uniquely relaxing vibe to it that's really difficult to put into words for those who haven't been here. You end up leaving Yarmouth as though you feel as though you've been on holiday, and it's something that's very difficult to put into words, but something that we really enjoy about coming to Yarmouth is that sort of holiday vibe. It's like this blue sky every day over here, you know. That's part of the service. When you come and tie your boat up in Yarmouth Harbour, this is part of the service. Is you get clear blue sky every day. Yeah, this is. I know the bar's set quite high. Yeah.
Well, thank you again so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule this weekend to have a chat with us and to show us around your harbour.
It is an absolute pleasure, and thank you again to everybody at Yarmouth Harbour for your amazing hospitality. Thank you so much.
Now, we always love seeing all of the different types of boats and rallies which reside or visit us here in Yarmouth. So if you'd like us to come on board for a tour of your boat, please get in touch. I'll pop all of the details in the description below for you. So we hope you've enjoyed looking around the Targa Rally today. If so, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you next time.